Hey guys, welcome back and happy Friday. Guys, I want to start off by thanking you for another amazing night of hot, messy topics. But also today we're back to talk about the Real Housewives secrets exposed from this Dave Quinn book, Not All Diamonds and Rosé. We'll be back to talk about that at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for subscribers only live on Jason's channel, Down with Jason. But before we do, we have new details coming out about Heather Thomson claiming that Sonja Morgan used her hoo-ha to light a cigarette as a party trick. This is the most gross thing I've ever heard, but we have the details. And now Sonja is slamming Heather Thomson as a liar. So before we jump in, if you guys haven't already, go ahead, smash that like button. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. And don't forget to hit that notification bell because, well, you don't want to miss anything we have coming up. With that, let's jump right in.
It's time for all your binge-worthy pop culture news. Welcome to Up and Adam.
All right, guys, so it looks like Sonja Morgan is responding to Heather Thomson's claim that she allowed men to put lit cigarettes in her hoo-ha while speaking to Dave Quinn for his new dishy Housewives Tell All, Not All Diamonds and Rosé. After the popular Bravo Instagram account Faces by Bravo shared a screenshot of Page Six's story about Thomson's anecdote when it comes to Sonja Morgan, apparently in the comment section of this, which by the way, Steve is a friend of ours and we've had him on the show multiple times. Steve is the one who owns and runs the account Faces by Bravo. Sonja Morgan went in the comment section and called Heather Thomson a liar. Sonja wrote, "Liar, liar, pants on fire," with a crying, laughing emoji. And then she put, "This book is really stirring the pot." She also added in a separate comment that Heather Thomson's husband, Jonathan Schindler, wanted a threesome. So she's like, if you're going to shots fired at me, well, watch this. I have some for you. Here we go. So as previously reported, Heather Thomson is alleging to author Dave Quinn that Sonja Morgan let a group of guys tuck burning cigarettes into her genitals. This is what they're saying on Page 6. This is, The alleged incident came to light while reflecting on the infamous Real Housewives of New York Season 7 cast trip to Atlantic City. Fans will remember that Sonja Morgan made Thomson and her co-star, Kristen, wait in the front entrance of her famed townhouse, and she made them wait while it was raining, while she gathered herself upstairs before a limo was scheduled to even come to take the group to New Jersey. So Heather was just saying, I was pissed off that you left me out in the rain. I couldn't even come into the house. So now I'm going to talk about it. She said, that's actually when I turned on Sonja, because I had literally carried that woman home. I had scraped her off carpets. I had taken her out of a vestibule where she was letting guys put lit cigarettes in her hoo-ha. Heather was claiming that her and Kristen, who we don't even talk about from the Real Housewives of New York anymore, they were effing freezing as the rain was leaking through walls of Morgan's lobby. Added, I had done so much for that woman, and here we are waiting to go to Atlantic City. We all arrived at her house, but the limo wasn't there yet. And it was raining outside. Well, she wouldn't let any of us in. And I remember that episode. Sonja Morgan was not letting the women in her home, but the house could have been disheveled. Sonja Morgan sometimes is disheveled. If the house was a wreck, she probably didn't want the women to talk about it, even though cameras were in the house anyways. So at that point, I don't really understand why she wouldn't let them into her home. But it's her house. It's her prerogative. If she doesn't want you in the home, she can easily say, guess what? You're not coming in my house. Sonja Morgan didn't originally comment on Heather Thomson's claim involving her hoo-ha and alleged insertion of smoking devices in the book, but Sonja Morgan did tell Dave Quinn that she did not check on the women as she was preoccupied with a recent death of a loved one and trying to find a last-minute childcare, someone to come and watch her at the time teenage daughter Quincy. She said, I was upstairs and my sister called me and told me that someone we knew had died. She explained that she was supposed to come to take care of her daughter Quincy, but because of the death, she couldn't. I didn't have a housekeeper and I had my daughter there who doesn't film. Anything could go wrong in that moment. So we all know that Heather Thomson is no longer on the show, and she did come on before as a friend of, and then this past season, she tried to appear as a friend of, but she said on David Yontive's Behind the Velvet Rope podcast that it felt so dirty. She said it felt so dirty sparring with her cast members, especially Ebony K. Williams. She didn't want to go there with any of the cast members, and it wasn't the same platform that she remembered. Mind you, when we first started the Housewives, it seemed like a lot of the drama was very cotton candy. Just like Heather Dubrow said, you know, ripping or tearing off a piece of bow off of her cake. Like, these were little moments on the Housewives that still made it very cotton candy, but interesting to watch. Now all of the drama has become sort of this dark cloud that's looming over the franchises, and the women have been taking it to the next level, not just with some of these difficult conversations, which definitely should be had, but also with some of the conversations, you know, that are surrounding the Girardi fraud scandal, Jen Shah, her scandal. We've seen Teresa Giudice with going to prison. It seems like there's now this route that some of the Housewives are taking that is leaving us wanting more. But reality TV, like Emily D. Baker said on my channel yesterday, reality TV used to be an escape for us. And now it doesn't feel like the same escape because we're watching the show, we're invested, but we're cringing as we're watching it. It's not the same algorithm to the show. Now, you know, Real Housewives of New York, the ratings have dropped like ridiculously. Real Housewives of Orange County, I thought they were going to be canceled after season 15 had the lowest rated season ever. The Real Housewives of Dallas, well, they were canceled, but they said put on pause. And then the Real Housewives of Atlanta, they didn't have the best ratings. And Vanderpump Rules seasons 9, it's not having the best ratings either. Honestly, it's the Real Housewives of Potomac and the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills who are carrying us through right now. But that doesn't look good for some of these other franchises. Andy Cohen did say in an interview that we should expect a lot from season 16 of the Real Housewives of Orange County. The women understood the assignment and that they are bringing it. Well, we've heard this from Andy Cohen before, especially when he teased the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills reunion. And to be honest with you, I feel like so far, part 1 and part 2, they've been a doozy. Again, when we did our live with Emily D. Baker and Jason yesterday, I asked you guys in a poll, what would you rate the reunion part 2, 1 to 10? And majority ruled that it was a 1 to 3. That's not good, especially not for the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills franchise. I'm not getting what we thought we would be getting out of it. And it's a 4-part reunion for what? For one scandal. It makes no sense. But I don't want to just give you guys my opinion. I want to ask what your thoughts are as well. How do you feel about Heather Thomson sharing this with Dave Quinn in the book, that Sonja Morgan was letting men take lit cigarettes and, well, you know the rest of it. I don't want to repeat it. And the fact that she's even sharing this because she realized she was done with Sonja Morgan when she was left in the lobby where rain was apparently seeping through. Give me your thoughts, please. Does it sound like Heather Thomson is just bitter? Do you think this is true, or do you think this is a lie? Sonja Morgan said, liar, liar, pants on fire. But honestly, if this were me, I would probably deny it too, because she has a daughter. She comes from a very, well, she married into a very famous last name. She probably doesn't want people to know this if it is in fact true, but I would really hope that it's not. Guys, go ahead and comment below. And before you go, don't forget, today we're going live at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with Jason from his channel, Down with Jason, to talk about the Housewives secrets exposed in this Dave Quinn book, Not All Diamonds and Rosé. If you haven't already, go ahead and smash that like button. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed, and don't forget to hit that notification bell. I'll see you so very soon. Bye, guys.